My name is Tom Molitor. I'm senior superintendent with TMI Coatings. I've worked here since TMI started in 1986, so it's been 22 years for me. I run different projects around town, some out of state, sometimes 2 or 3, sometimes as many as 10. And so I'm on the road quite a bit, not necessarily out of state, but I get a lot of windshield time. First project when I started, well, I was sent out to a project. It was a water tower on the 3M building. The water tower was built on top of a 7-story building and then went up from there maybe another 75 or 80 feet. And we were sandblasting on the inside, and part of the sandblasting process is you have a low-paid guy who fills the pot with sand. And that's what I did, and of course the job foreman knew I was a new guy. He came out there and he said, turn this valve and this and that, and that's how, when I'm ready to go, I'm going to knock 3 times on the side of the tank. But I'm across the railroad tracks. I'm about almost a quarter mile. I'm quite a ways away. So they had a guy on the outside of the tank on the catwalk, and when he knocked twice to get started, that guy would go like that. And I'd go like that, and then I'd turn everything on, and I thought I was doing a good job, and then after a while I see the job foreman come crawling out of the top of the tank, down the side, takes the elevator down, walks across the tracks, and says, that didn't come on. And he shows me again. Anyway, the whole process happened again, and I thought, this is it, he's going to fire me. And what am I doing wrong here? And as it turned out, the field superintendent at that time come roaring up in his pickup truck, Ralph Beisch, whips the door open, and why isn't that guy running? And I go, I don't know, Ralph, I did all this. And it turned out the guy had a rock stuck in his nozzle, and I was turning it on, and Ralph fired him. That was my first day on the job. Okay, the highest I have ever worked was I worked on the Pillsbury building in downtown St. Paul while it was or downtown Minneapolis while it was under construction, and there we applied urethane foam for insulation value. We worked throughout the winter to complete the project. It was about a 1.5-year project. The insulation is spray applied urethane foam. It was there to obviously increase the R value or the insulation value of the building. It was actually there's not very many buildings like that I know of that have that sprayed in place urethane foam. So it was a good project for me, for us too. It was about 1.5 years long, and we did it off of swing stages. Hung by cables, and the hoists we used weren't even electric or air operated. They were like a hand jack type thing to go up and down, because they rolled around the building too, so we did an entire floor all the way around, and then we moved up to the next level. And the stages, we also had a double stage. In other words, we kind of had a little enclosed room right there, because when you're spraying, of course, in an area like that, there's a risk of the material escaping and getting in cars and buildings and people and anything else that happens to be down there. So we had to control that too. And for me, it was a pretty memorable job.